love, I never do it for the likes. That's the reason why you see us stepping in these spikes. Every day's a hustle, it's a day up in a life where you praying to Muhammad or you stressing it to Christ. Friend to see the swagger, they be taking off the tights. I don't want the dagger, I just want to know your mind.
To start off, what is the meaning behind your name, Dotta?
To be honest, the name Dotta come from in my area. I guess in most areas in London, like little urban areas, people have nicknames. I've had many, but the name Dotta actually comes from my brother was called Jada. So they would call my brother Jada. And then when I started like rapping and like hustling and just doing things, people call me, they say I'm a good hustler. So they used to call me Del Boy Trotter.
Yeah.
And then somehow Del Boy Trotter turned to Dotta. And from there it just kind of stuck.
Cool, so was this a name that you came up with yourself?
You know, I never ever come up with my name, you know, like, say like my friends, like from school, put it like this, from as early as you could work, I was working, from as early as you could hustle, I was hustling.
Yeah.
So say like from school, like 13, 14, I would like go to Asda or some supermarket and buy like drinks or crisp or whatever, like a multi-pack.
Yeah.
And then break it down and sell it singly. So the term Dotta would actually mean shotter, as in like a hustler or shotter in the term, like a slang term for someone who hustles, but then they've just took it and just called me Dotta, and just because it's stuck and everyone knows me as that, I've just kept it. So then when I started making music, I was going to try and come up with this crazy artistical artist name, and then when I just put out my music and I said, yeah, this is me now, I'm thinking to name myself, they said, no, you're Dotta, like you can't change your name, but you'll know you and love you for what you do. So I just stuck with it. And it's an inspiring name anyway, so I just kept it.
Cool.
So yeah.
What is the inspiration behind the Destiny project? So that being the name of the project that with all your songs. What's the meaning behind that? The
meaning behind it is actually the name itself, Destiny. I just believe that I just came to a time in my life where I felt like if I'm not doing music, I'm not actually fulfilling my purpose on earth. I think everyone has a purpose.
Yeah.
So you're here today, you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose. Well, I'm here today, I feel like I'm fulfilling mine. So Destiny was just like me saying, do you know what? This is my destiny. I want to make music, so it's now or never kind of thing. So let me just put my collective body of work together and put it out there and call it Destiny. Yeah. Because I believe that's what it is. But I spelt it with two I's, not a Y at the end. Yeah. As in to say like destiny and then an I on the end. So destined I. So like I'm destined. So my destiny.
Yeah, I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I got it from. So.
That's great stuff. So, what is the song Perspective about then?
Oh, Perspective is a good song. Yeah. I feel like Perspective is just about like different walks of life having the same understanding. So you wake up, you go to work. I wake up, I go to work. But your work and my work is two different things. Yeah. You may wake up and come into the radio station. I may wake up and go into the studio. Or today I woke up and came out the studio. So same thing. So perspective is just like, I have a different perspective to you, but don't let that cloud the end goal. The end goal is that we all want peace, wealth, happiness. And it's like, although we may have different sat-navs, the destination is the same, or different routes, the destination is the same. So perspective is just like, look, here's my perspective, I'm sure you have your own, but this is just me saying like, do you know what I mean? This is my perspective on it, this is my take. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I come up with the term perspective.
So, which music artists do you get most of your inspiration from?
That's a good question. I feel like all artists inspire me. I feel like creativity inspires me. And I have like a wide plethora of artists that inspire me, from like young rappers like myself, from like a young Fume, or Fee Gonzalez, or a Doughboy Dreams, or Tappy Taze, or from like musicians such as Ed Sheeran or Adele, or who else can I think of? Nat King Cole, or just people who make good music and have good energy. Yeah. And I'm not genre based. I like salsa music. I like salsa music, I like Latin music, I like pop, I like hip hop, I like soul music, R&B, neo soul, that's like my favorite, jazz, so just all ranges of music. I'm just inspired by good music and good energy and positive vibes.
Great. Yeah. So what do you want to achieve through your music?
I'm about business, so I want to be as productive as possible through my music, and then I also want to leave an impact and mark and say stuff to people that I can't necessarily say to them in a conversation.
What's the best gig that you've ever been to?
V Festival was amazing. To me, it was a part of the journey in the sense that when I was working at V Festival, I've got a security company, and my security company had a contract to the gates at the V Festival.
Nice.
And it's kind of funny that I was managing a team of security at the V Festival and actually making money, but I wanted more than ever just to be on the stage or just to be performing. So it's like, for me, it was like, wow, I'm happy to be here. In another sense, I wish I was over there rather than in this position. And I was getting paid like good money to do so as well, but it wasn't about the money for me, it was just about the purpose. And I think that's the best gig I've ever been to. And then performing wise, I think the best gig I've ever done or I'm about to do, I've done a few gigs that I've enjoyed, but I've got one gig coming up at the Amersham Arms on April the 7th.
Cool.
And I think that gig is going to be big. It's like, it's my first gig since I've dropped this project. And all the other times I kind of was like slipping and sliding. I'm doing music, but I'm not sure about it. I want to work, I want to create a business. And you know, sometimes you see the numbers and the dollar signs. And like the dream wasn't really paying at the time. But now the dream is doing what it's supposed to do. So I think that show's going to be like a sold out, a breakout show, put it like that.
That's
so I'm
good.
looking forward to that one.
Cool. So which artists do you hope to collaborate with in the future?
I've got a list as long as my arm. We can do this all day. Like, you sure you got enough time for this?
Go ahead.
Young Bane, Kojo Funds, Blue Van Dross, Yo Gotti, Moneybag Yo, what other UK artists do I like? Lady Leisha, Miss Banks, who else do I like? Young artists. Let me say something like underground artists who I haven't collaborated with. Like, I just want to collaborate with anyone who I feel makes good music, inspiring music. Belly Squad, love Belly Squad. Who else has that sort of vibe? NSG, Gecko, Young Fume. These are all UK artists, but I would just like to work with anyone who I feel. What's the guy who was in the studio with this morning? This morning was in the studio with a guy, Q-Von. Q-Von, like Q-Von's sick as well. I like his music. Young J, IC. I hope I haven't left out no one. Doughboy Dreams, but he's my people, so we're gonna collab. I hope I haven't left out no one. T-Mills UK. Who else? T-Boy. I got a collab with T-Boy though. So far, I think that's it.
Cool.
I got so much more, but right now that's
lots coming for the future.
Definitely. I like making music, so if I can make music with someone who I feel takes their craft serious as well, I would. Fatch the rapper as well. Let me not forget him. Fatch the rapper, he makes good music as well. I like him. We're definitely going to do something in the future.
Nice.
So,
Okay, so where can people find your music?
You can find me on all streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer. What's the other ones? Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Google Play, Amazon Music, Instagram TV. Instagram does have a TV, to my surprise. So you can find me on all those platforms at Only One Dotta, and my project's called Destiny. You can also find me on SoundCloud at Only One Dotta. Where else can you find me? I think for now that's it. Oh, and YouTube as well. Only One Dotta. But my videos will be coming out very soon, and then once the vids come out, I'm hoping I can broaden the horizon of the platform again.
Cool.
And you can find me in some more places. But for now, Only One Dotta on all streaming sites, and on Instagram and Snapchat as well. Only One Dotta as well.
So what projects are you looking forward to working on this year?
Okay, so I've got I've just dropped Destiny, so we're just promoting and marketing that. During the summer, I'm going to drop a project for the ladies called Afro Max. I'm looking forward to working on that. It's like a summer-inspired, like Afro swing kind of project, and it's also just giving them like a different side of me. I'm very creative, but that side of music that I gave them on Destiny is just what I like to listen to. It's not necessarily all what I have to offer. It's just like these are the first 10 or 11 tracks that are done, that are complete, that have a little vibe or wave to it. So I just said, cool, let me put it out there. But Afro Max is going to be like, Afro Max is going to take them back to like, I used to sing before, and it's going to be touching on some of those notes, like just taking it back to the essence, live instruments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. So if I want to catch one of your gigs, where do I go?
Well, on my if you follow me on my Spotify, all my gigs come up on Spotify, so I'll post it up before the date, and then Spotify will advertise it for me or whatnot. My next gig is April the 7th, as I said, Amersham Arms in Lewisham. That should be a big gig. There's a few other good acts on the bill. And then we've got another show in New York to be confirmed in May as well.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that as well. The producer who produced a few of my beats off the Destiny project, he's having a show out there, so I'm going to fly out for that. And I hope that's going to be a good performance as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to make my performance a good performance. Definitely.
So what social media accounts should we follow if we want to see what you're doing?
Only One Dotta updates on Instagram and Only One Dotta on Instagram. I'm not the most social media savvy. I am very basic, I'm not going to lie. I'm just kind of like getting into this Instagram stuff. When it comes to social media, I'm somewhat lazy and I'm somewhat a recluse. I'll be honest, I don't like a lot of what society is perpetuating right now, especially like with the young kids and whatnot and all the stabbings and whatnot. So I try to stay away from the social medias because it's not, I don't feel like it's a good visual representation of us right now. I feel like they show a lot of the bad bits, a lot of the nonsense, and a lot of the positivity is somewhere in the background. So I tend to stay off of social media. I'm not very happy when I go on there and see a lot of what's going on. I'm not inspired at all. And I have to be inspired. As an artist, I have to be very creative, so I have to be inspired. If I'm not inspired, like, if I'm not inspired, I'm depressed, put it like that. It's either or either for me. So every day I need to be inspired. Every day I need to wake up and think, wow, today's a good day, it's amazing, the sun's shining, or wow, today it's raining, so the plants are going to get watered, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I have to have like...
I'm the same,
I have to have
one
some logic. I have to have some logic to my day. And I need to see like... I need to see inspirations, like you yourself, you're an inspiration to me. You're chasing your passion or your dream. You're following what makes you happy. And that's inspirational to me, do you know what I mean? And anyone else doing anything of that sort is an inspiration to me. So when I come online and I just see like a lot of fools or a lot of silly things, I just think to myself, do you know what, it's better I don't put myself in this mix, because it's not necessarily it's just gonna aggravate me, innit? So that's my opinion on that. But Only One Dotta updates and Only One Dotta on Instagram.
Nice.
That's me. So follow me up, man. Follow me up. If you haven't, follow me up.
What made you pursue a career in music?
I think I've been a musician from as early as I can remember. I've been into creative arts, so like dancing, street dancing, break dancing, rapping, singing, playing instruments. My dad's a musician. My dad's actually an award-winning musician. My dad's an award-winning musician. He's won loads of awards. He's played instruments around the world: Trinidad, Dubai, Emirates, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. He's gone all over the gaff. I've played instruments from a child. I could write music, read music, played guitar, drums. What else did I play? Steel pans. Guitar was my favourite of those instruments. I just feel like, you know what? I just feel like personally, God gives everyone their talents to support you here, while you're on earth. So I just feel like if you don't use your God-given talents, then boy, you know, whatever happens to you, not happens to you, but like, it's up to you to manifest what you want to manifest, your destiny, your reality, based on the skills that you have. Everyone has a skill set. So I just feel like this is my skill set. So
destiny again.
You know what I mean? If I don't use my skill set, then boy, I'd be hopeless.
So, who are the 3 most inspiring people in your life?
In my life, I'd have to say my mum, my manager, and my child, for 3 different reasons. My mum, just because she's my mum, innit? So your mum is going to be inspiring. We don't always get on or agree. My dad has a saying that the lion stance is not always understood by women. I have a lion stance. What that means is my aim is to get the job done. So there's some things that I'm not going to be up for discussion for. Mum or no mum, if I say mum, I'd like to do this way, and she says no, but I feel I'm going to follow my head for the sake of that. All I'm really doing is trying to make my parents or my family's life easier. All the hustling or grafting or working or the music that I'm doing is to try and better me and my surroundings. My child, for the sake that she's my child. I love her, I created her, so I have to be inspired by her. And the little things that she does daily inspire me. Like, she's just a funny character. I'm quite funny, when you see yourself in another human being, it's even quite funnier. Do you know what I mean? So that's lovely. My manager, for the sake that I'm a very good hustler, hence the name Dotta. When I say that, I chase my opportunities. I'm not gonna rest. I'm not gonna like sleep on a chance. I'm gonna try my best to network and better myself as much as possible.
Yeah.
And in life, it's hard to meet people who have that same attitude. So with me and him as a collaborative, I find he has the same attitude I have. So sometimes when I see him do something, like pull off a hustle or something, I'll be inspired, like to say, Drew, I wasn't even thinking of that. That's a great idea. Or be in the studio, he'd be like, look, pause that track there, just rewind that a second, put this in, add that in, take that out. I'd be like, yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, just those few people I'd say are very inspiring to me.
Cool. What's your favourite book?
My favourite book, I have a few favourite books. This one would have to be my favourite though. It's called The Kemetic Diet by Ashra Kwesi. That book changed my life in many ways. I'm a very spiritual person. I've grown up in like a very religious household. My parents aren't the most religious, but my auntie, I had like a, yeah, you know, like some people you have a different auntie and uncle, but my auntie was like, she was very Christian, but when I say very Christian, yeah, she's a bad Christian and a good Christian at the same time, because she's the sort of Christian that church hops. So she'll be at one church for 2 months, another church in another 2 months, another church in another 2 months. But the fundamentals of what she was trying to teach me, I understood.
Yeah.
And then I have an uncle who's a renowned Muslim, and he's a very good Muslim, and he showed me some fundamentals that I've taken from it, and I practice in my daily life. So what I would say is, what was the question again?
What's your favourite book?
My favourite book. So my favourite book is, and I'm going to tie it all back in now. Sorry, I drifted for a second, but basically my favourite book is called The Kemetic Diet by Ashra Kwesi. And what happens is, in life, just searching through spirituality, religion and whatnot, sometimes we hit hurdles. I myself hit a hurdle in my religious beliefs and whatnot. I just got to a place where I thought to myself, like, a lot of the stuff I read, it's like it gets to a place where it's like, if you're a Christian, you believe that if you're not a Christian, that you're going to go to hell. If you're a Muslim, you believe that if you're not a Muslim, you're going to go to hell. And I just thought to myself, like, there are some good people in the world who may not be Christian, who may not be Muslim, and I don't really want to think that those people are going to suffer just because they're not Christian or Muslim.
Yeah.
So I just came to the understanding that, look, there must be more to this than people are letting off. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like you can just be the best person in the world. Maybe you're a lovely person, you help as many people as you can help, have a great attitude, and just because you don't go to church on Sunday or say that Jesus Christ is your God, that you're just gonna burn or go to hell.
Yeah.
That was like something hard. That was like a hard pill for me to swallow, to the point where I even started thinking about it in my house, like, no, but I'd have like heated debates with other church members and stuff, and I'd be like, no, you can't be serious, like, but why though, how can, and they're just like, but that's what the book says, or So when I came across this book, The Kemetic Diet, in diet, it somewhat means food. I'm a vegetarian, so it somewhat starts with food, but it then breaks down the diet as in, your diet is your lifestyle, what you put in your body, what you put on your body, and what comes out of your body is your diet. It's not just what you put in your body. My surroundings are my diet. Edibly, I'm not eating them, but I'm still taking it in. My brain's a sponge, so you're taking everything around you. Yeah. And that book kind of like gave me a sense of understanding for me and who I feel like I am and the principles that I stand on. That book kind of just showed me like the religious aspect of life. You can't bring religion into every conversation. I'm a person, I respect everyone's religion. I don't have any reason to disrespect it, but I don't feel like your religion should dictate the basis or principles of your relationships with people. So because you're a Christian and I'm a Muslim, we shouldn't be friends. I think that that's nonsense. I feel like if you get on with someone, you get on with someone. Yeah. Christian, Muslim, Sikh, Buddhist. And I feel like there's going to be great things you can take from all of those religions, and there's going to be some negative aspects that you can take from all of them. Yeah. So I just feel like, why not just take all the positives and run with it? Yeah. And yeah, so that's my favourite book for those reasons. Cool. The Kemetic Diet. Very good book. If you haven't read it, look it up. Very good book. Very good book. Cool. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So what is your favourite film?
My favourite film... I like films as well, you know. Alright, growing up, can I say more than one?
Yeah.
Growing up, my favourite film was Love and Basketball.
Okay.
I love basketball. I've always played basketball from a child. I was inspired by the film. I use that word a lot. I was inspired by the chemistry. I think it showed me like the healthy relationship between a man and a woman from a very young age. You see them playing basketball together, growing up together, then going out together. There's not many programs that show positive relationships between young black people growing up from children and then becoming adults. And I think that movie kind of captured it. Yeah. Even if they didn't intend to, they done a brilliant job. So that was one of my favourite movies. One of my second favourite movies was Boys in the Hood. It kind of opened my eyes to reality in the sense that although I wasn't living that lifestyle, some people in this world are living that lifestyle. Yeah. And the more you know about the world, the better you can, what's the word I'll use? The better you can circumnavigate around it. So it's important to understand that you wake up and you might have the best thoughts and the most positive ideas on your brain, and you might hit a speed bump in dealing with someone who has the most negative thoughts on their brain. And if you don't understand that, then we're somewhat unequipped to deal with like life's problems or the reality that we face. Because not because you have positivity in your heart, it means that you're going to get through your day unscathed. There could just be a devil out there running loose, and it just might so be that you end up clashing with this person. So I feel like we have to be very mindful of our surroundings, and Boys in the Hood certainly show me that.
So what is your favourite TV show?
I don't watch a lot of TV, but if I do, I don't think I watch TV at all, but if I do, my favourite TV show would be alright, can I do, sorry, I know I've got a lot of answers, but can I do this in genres?
Yeah, sure.
Comedy-wise, my favourite two TV shows would be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and My Wife and Kids. They're very good shows. I love both of them. Yeah. And I feel like same thing as well. They capture as well like the essence of the black family from kids to adults, and I feel they do a good job of it. Yeah. All of the different things we go through. I kind of grew up watching Fresh Prince. There's a lot of things I understood through that film. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Or program, sorry. And then My Wife and Kids as well. Yeah.
What's your go-to outfit?
Go-to outfit?
Yeah.
A tracksuit.
Cool.
I feel comfortable in a tracksuit. And I put a hoodie on, I just feel like I've shut you out. So if I put on a hoodie and I'm on a train or I'm amongst people, I don't have to engage with them. And sometimes I like that.
If you were a season, what season would you be and why?
I'd be summer. Things blossom in summer. Everyone's happy in summer. The vibes is right. Positivity runs the place. Women are dressed immaculate and looking amazing. Their skin shines. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely be summer. A lot happens in summer, innit? Yeah. So definitely.
Definitely like festival season as well.
See, like, I wasn't even thinking of that.
Lots of gigs happening.
Yeah. A lot of energy. Like there's a lot to live for. In the summer it gets a lot busier. Like a lot more people are outside.
What to do.
Yeah, all of a sudden you see that the place is actually populated. Yeah. Because it's like sometimes you don't really see people, innit? Everyone's hidden. So yeah, man. Definitely.
Cool. So what is your favourite sound? Like what sound makes you just smile?
My daughter's laugh.
Oh.
Yeah, my daughter's got a lovely laugh and it'll just make you crack up. Some days, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't want to sound like a bad dad, but you know, some days we'll have activities to do and we'll end up playing and just those activities don't get done. Do you know, like if you start playing around or whatever,
we're not distracted.
Yeah, we ain't making it, man. If you start playing and having fun and she starts laughing, that's it. We end up play fighting all day or tickling each other to death or something. But do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think my daughter's laugh. A child's laugh is quite funny anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely would cheer you up. So yeah.
What's your least favourite sound?
You know when metal chairs scrape across the floor?
Oh yeah.
That in school, you know, my friends knew it would anger me, and they used to do it. And I have like a trigger, like that would trigger me. Like I'd see red, because that noise it's like a frequency, and it's so sharp to my teeth, my ears. Just like someone scratching across the chalkboard. Yeah. Yeah, horrible, man. Horrible. Yeah. I'm not a fan of it.
What was your favourite subject in school?
Drama. Drama. I liked acting. I think I got an A-level in acting, in fact, you know. And I haven't used it since I've left, but I liked acting. I like expressive arts. I liked a lot of my other subjects. Science as well. I think I done my GCSE for science at 14, so even science as well. Okay. I really love science as well. Both of them, but just on two different platforms. Science was like a debative subject, so we just debated quite a lot. Whereas drama, I kind of expressed myself, and it kind of made me the person who I am. Yeah. So yeah, those are the one two, definitely.
Cool. So what 3 words best describe you?
Happy, real, determined. I'm very happy. I have my days, do you know what I mean? I'm sure everyone has their days, but I try to be as positive as possible. If you present me a problem, I present you a solution. That's my motto. Real. I'm as real as I can be. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I won't not like you based on any predetermined judgments. I will not like you based on something you've done or some behaviour that you've demonstrated.
Yeah.
And when I say I'm real, I wouldn't do to you what I wouldn't want you to do to me. So if it's rude to not greet you when I come in, then I wouldn't not greet you because I wouldn't want you to not greet me and for me to see it as rude. If it's rude to not offer you something when you come in, then I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't steal from you, so I wouldn't want you to steal from me. So I say real in the sense that I just do unto others as I like done unto myself. And if I don't and I slip, then by all means, judge me the same way I would judge you, or reprimand me and pull me up because I'm still human.
Yeah.
And then the last word, determined. I'm determined, I'm focused. I want it all. I want what is in my grasp, and I want what is out of my grasp. I don't feel like I have to be subjugated to any circumstance or any situation. What I decide goes for me. For anyone else, you decide. But for me personally, I decide. I'm not going to hear no. I'm not going to hear you can't achieve this, you can't do that. You can't if you feel like you're telling me that, but I can because I've determined that I'm going to do so. And that's how I feel that you can control your destiny.
What are your 3 favourite songs?
One's called Timing. That's just talking about my situation, having a child. Just the complications. I don't think most people are prepared for having a child, especially young people, and it usually ends in heartbreak for a lot of young people our age.
Yeah.
So I feel like that song there, I just spoke my opinion on it, and I felt like I wanted to give some insight into how men and women can somewhat deal with these situations, because I feel like, in all honesty, we are all we have in it. So if you're in a relationship with someone, that person doesn't realise it, but in some sense, you're all he has and he is all you have, in a sense that you're in a relationship together. You're not in a relationship with Tom, Dick and Harry. Yeah. It's just you and that person in your union. Yeah. So when you understand that, the union becomes somewhat of like a business agreement rather than like an emotional based clash. So when it becomes a business agreement, there's some things that as your partner I should not do based on our business agreement. Yeah. So it's bad business for me to cheat. Yeah. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. If I'm focused on our business as a couple, then I would look at another girl and say, whoa, bad investment, rather than, oh, she's attractive, or do you know what I mean?
You're thinking about what you've committed to do.
Yes.
And, I've said I've done this, so this is what I'm doing.
That's it.
No matter how I feel in any random moment.
That's it. Once you separate the emotion from it and you include the business side of it, then I feel like there's some understanding to the relationship. So for that sake, Timing is one of my favourite songs. Another one of my favourite songs would be that I've created. It's called On The Way. That song's just talking about like I've always felt like a lot of pressure is on me. Naturally, I rise to the occasion, but I've always felt like I want to help so much people, and can I do it all in a lifetime? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There's so much change I would like to see or affect or enact, and how am I going to do so in this short period of time? Like, how many people can I reach? Like, if I gave out every pound I had in my pocket, it still wouldn't be enough. I'd still have to start again, and I'd be broke. So it's like, how can I effectively help as much people while I'm here? And is all the help that I'm doing effectively making a change? Because sometimes I help people and I feel like, you're a bit ungrateful, so did I do anything to help you, or did I just help myself, kind of thing? Like, did I just think I'm helping you and I didn't? So for that sake, that song. Then the first song is Perspective. Just for the reasons what I spoke of earlier, I feel like the song is just real life, innit? Like, I feel like I touch on different areas and arenas of life, and I feel like we need to do so. I feel like we need to have an understanding that your walk of life and mine may not be the same. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you should have any prejudgments on me and I should have any prejudgments on you. It just means that we have a different understanding. Yeah. And it's an amazing thing that we can talk and discuss these things and maybe help each other out or give different opinions or vice versa. Those are my 3 favourite songs. Outside of that, my 3 favourite songs would be who can I think of off the top of my head? Outside of that, what would my 3 favourite songs be? And then what genres? I love like garage. I grew up on garage, so cool. I think what my favourite songs be? put it like this. I can't say my 3 favourite songs, but my 3 favourite genres will just be music I grew up on.
Yeah.
So like garage, roots and reggae, and some hip hop music, like some old school hip hop music. Those are my 3 favourite genres, and any songs in those fields I like.
Cool. What's your favourite sport?
Oh, that's techie. I love football, but I would have to say basketball. I'm mesmerised by basketball. I'm inspired. I love football. I played football all my life. I was a good baller, but I love basketball. Basketball just has my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like a guy might have your attention, but he might not have your heart. Do you know what I mean? Like someone will have your heart. There's someone who you think, do you know what? Like he just really hits my buttons.
Yeah.
Well, that's how basketball is for me. When I see someone dribbling a basketball, I feel like, why am I just watching you? I need to get a ball and do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like that's just how I felt. So yeah, basketball. My favourite sport.
That is a good one.
Definitely.
So what celebrity do people say you look like?
Do you know, I've never been compared. No, I have. Tell a lie, and it's terrible. It's really bad. I don't want to say this. They compare me to Crept.
Okay.
From Crept and Corner. I've heard this from a child. It's not good either. I've heard it from a child. My friends have called me that. I've gone out of town. Sometimes I've gone to like rough areas, like really rough areas, like areas that I shouldn't necessarily be frequenting. And when I'm walking around, man said to me, "Raw brother, you look like Crept." And they know I don't look like Crept, but for the sake of making conversation, they've said that. But I have to laugh because it's like there must be a universal language that they're speaking, because those people in that area are carrying themselves a certain way, and they're going out of their natural comfort zone to tell me that I look like this person.
Yeah.
As much as it's a funny joke to them, I just think to myself, do you know what? Yeah. And say, yeah, cool, whatever kind of thing. Or I say I don't, to be honest, but yeah. Crept and Jamal Edwards before he cut off his hair as well. They compare me to him as well. I don't think I look like none of them.
Cool.
To be honest.
Might have to do like one of those face-to-face ones.
I don't look like none of them.
Who's who?
I don't look like none of them. I think that, I think well done to both of them. They're both doing their thing. I'm proud of both of them, but I just think I look like me. Like, if anything, I look like my parents. I don't think I look like no damn Crept. And they're cheeky, but yeah, those are the only 2.
Cool. So, what's your favourite thing to eat for lunch?
For lunch, I can't even lie. I'm kind of greedy still. As much as I'm a vegetarian, I'm greedy. When I say I'm greedy, I'm not gonna eat a plate as big as this table, but I'm greedy in the sense that I love food.
Yeah. So
that could be a plethora of things, and I get creative with it. So people ask me all the time that you're a vegetarian, what do you eat? Or a pescatarian, so to speak, because I do eat fish, or pescatarian. But boy, it could be anything from yam, plantain, green banana.
Plantain.
Yeah, it's a killer. Yam, plantain, green banana, and some stew. Or it could be some sweet chili fried fish, rice and peas, some gravy and avocado, or it could be a bowl of fruit, or it could be a toasty, a grilled toasty with vegetables. So yeah, I'm a foodie, so I'm not gonna I just like food.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your favourite dessert then, once you've done with lunch?
My favourite dessert? I've got a sweet tooth. Do you know what I really like, but I haven't found it like since I've been a child. I like banoffee pie.
I haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah, if you find the right banoffee pie, I'm telling you, man, set you off. It's like a good woman, I'm telling you. You find the right banoffee pie, I'm telling you, you'll be in your element. But I haven't found one since I was young. I don't know if they make them anymore like the way they used to.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure somewhere, but
but
it's not something that I really see anymore.
Not in America, you're gonna see that on every shelf.
Yeah.
America really cater to the sweet tooths, definitely.
Yeah. So getting healthier now. What's your favourite fruit?
My favourite fruit, I'd say watermelon, the red watermelon. I like watermelon.
Nice.
Definitely, I love it. I do that back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
very refreshing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's my favourite fruit.
What's your greatest strength?
My greatest strength, my willpower. I'm determined. Like I've had a mantra for from as long as I can remember, and I don't really cry about much. I don't really get upset for too long. If I bear feelings on something, it's my emotional self. It's not my logical self. So if I'm upset about something, I'll get over it immediately and get on with my life. But it will daunt on me. Don't get me wrong. It might tickle me the wrong way. But it's just for the sake of, like, as I said, I feel like I would do you a certain way, so don't do me a certain way.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's the only reason why I would be hung up on something. But I feel like my greatest strength is my determination. I'm determined. If you're upset, I'm gonna make us happy. Do you know what I mean? If you need some financial assistance and I don't have it, I'm gonna give you a plan or some assistance to help you get that financial assistance.
Yeah.
If you're weak, we're gonna get strong. Do you know what I mean? So my determination. I'm determined. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not letting any odds that life throws at me dictate to me how I must behave or act. If I get sick tomorrow, I'm rebuking that in God's name. I'm cancelling that. I'm not accepting that I'm sick. God forbid. But if I was to get cancer tomorrow, I'm not sitting there and saying, "Oh, I've got cancer, it's over," and that's just not the portion for me. I just feel like no matter what, you have to fight, and even if I fight and I die, then so be it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I see it. So
I think that's a great strength, because then you can deal with anything that comes up in life.
I try to. It's a lot. Life, life's got a few sucker punches. But you know, I try. So that's the main thing, definitely.
Cool. What is the biggest lesson that you've learnt this year?
This has been a good year for me, you know. I've learnt a lot of lessons this year. I think the biggest lesson that I've learnt here is that I'm quite a logical thinker, and I usually take the emotional side out of my thoughts, but I realise that you have to have some balance between logical and emotional thinking. So the two biggest lessons that I've learned is that live for yourself. You can't necessarily live for others. I can't base any decisions I make on anyone else, even including my child. If I'm honest, you have one life to live, and that means that you have to really make decisions based on what you feel is going to somewhat better you. Because if I'm not good, I can't make sure anyone else is good. Yeah. So live for yourself in every aspect. It doesn't mean be greedy or selfish. It just means consider yourself first. I can't get up and feed a child if I haven't eaten, because I'm going to be weak feeding that child. Yeah. And that's just an example, but consider yourself. The second lesson is that everyone wants their happily ever after. Now, when I say that, that somewhat refers to women, as in everyone wants their happily ever after, but it also refers to men and decisions that we make. If I'm in a business with you, you don't feel the business is going to plan, there's going to be a day where you feel like, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this business anymore, let me move on, because you want your happily ever after. So that being said, we must all consider everyone wants their happily ever after when we're making whatever decisions we make, whether we're making decisions based on our relationship, our friendship, our business partnership, or just any sort of relation. Everyone wants their happily ever after, so no one isn't going to want to be in a position where they're not happy or where they're not living their dream. Even if so for instance, if I was to put in a relationship, if I was with a woman and she's not necessarily happy with the lifestyle I'm living, or she's not happy with where we're at, or she wants to go on dates every day, I can only not take her on dates every day for a certain amount of time before she said, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this relationship, because she wants her happily ever after. If you're in a business agreement and you're not making the person millions and they've invested thousands, there's only a certain amount of time before they say, I need to drop you, I want to have an artist who makes me millions. So everyone wants to happily ever after, so consider that when you're doing whatever you do, and it will benefit you. It will allow you to make the right decision.
I think that's a really good one, because I think sometimes it's easy to just focus on your happily ever after and like, oh, this is what I want to achieve, and not thinking about what does that person want to achieve as well, and like having relationships with people, taking into account what they want to.
That's what taught me that, to be honest. That is what taught me that. What taught me that is that I just somewhat realised that a lot of us settle for less, and women especially. Like, I'm a good guy, I've met some good ladies, and I've had some very good ladies, and what I've noticed with them is that they somewhat want me to live their lifestyle, and I have my own lifestyle. I'm quite strict. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I conduct myself a certain way. I'm not really into too much profanity. I don't watch like horror movies, stuff like that. But not for the sake of, I would watch it, and I do occasionally have a drink or smoke if I feel like having it, but I'm not. It's not a routine for me. I try to be as healthy, as clean as possible. I try to keep my mind as free as possible. I like the gym, I like exercising, I like reading, I like making music, I like crafts, I like working. I get a thrill of working. I like hustling, I like using my brain. Do you know what I mean? So that being said, if they don't like those stuff and they want to bring me into their world, There's only somewhat that I can resist it before they want their happily ever after.
Yeah.
And that's what that lesson taught me. It just showed me that like, we're all selfish, and we don't understand how selfish we are, in the sense that you don't mean to be selfish to someone. You just mean that you want your happily ever after.
Yeah.
So you're just focused on your cake, but they want their cake.
Yeah.
Sometimes yours is vanilla and theirs is chocolate.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just how I see it.
What experience has shaped your life?
Every experience, from a child till now, school, fights, friends, relationships that I formed, music, my grades, my education, the people I have around me, my parents, having a child, all of those things has formed my life and who I am today.
Yeah.
And I accept them wholeheartedly.
What motivates you?
What motivates me is my friends, my people, my friends, my family, my people, the people who listen to my music, my child, my business partners, life, the poor, the rich, society, young black boys and some of the issues that they're facing, young boys in general, just the universe. I can see anything and be inspired. I might see two birds and be inspired. It's just the universe. I'm just inspired by what I see, and creativity is the main thing, I think.
So similar question. What inspires you?
So what was the first question? What inspires?
Do you mean, what motivates you?
Was it motivates me?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was like what inspires me.
All right, okay.
Oh, it's the same. It's the same. Then.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
What motivates me and inspires me is the same thing. Just the will to achieve. To be honest, that's what motivates me. And sometimes it's kind of hard because if I get too motivated, I get too happy and not achieve nothing. So I have to find some balance. Like if I get too excited, like if I have a really good day, I'll be too excited to do anything. Like I'll just be running from pillar to post. I have so much energy in me and I won't know how to put it in the right place. So
what character trait do you admire in others?
In others, the ability to hustle. The ability to make something for themselves. I like independence. I like you being able to get up and say, I'm chasing my pack or my check, or I'm doing this to better me, or I'm going to the gym every day to exercise on my figure so that when I look in the mirror I'm happy with myself. That inspires me. And I feel like I have to be around people like that. I can't be around lazy people. I can't be around people who are not inspired. You should feel like you're the best at what you do, and if you're not, you're going to be the best at what you do.
Yeah.
You should empower yourself every day.
What was your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution was to let life flow. I made a conscious decision to decide that I can't get angry. I can get angry, but I have to accept it for what it is. I'm not questioning God. I'm not questioning the universe. If it is to be, it will be. If something happens, it happens, and that's that. This year, focus. That's what I'm here today. If I didn't, then what would I be doing? I don't know. I just decided that I'm doing music. That the project's called Destiny, and I'm chasing my destiny. Yeah. So, just allow things to flow, and the universe will give you what you give it. So
Yeah, I truly believe that.
Definitely, it's a good statement.
If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
That's a good one. I would say to heal people, but I don't know if I could heal the world. But I would say to heal people. If I was a superhero, I just want to heal people.
Yeah.
I just want a lot of the nonsense to stop. But
where do you see yourself in 3 years' time?
in 3 years' time, God willing, I see myself as one of the best in the country, doing what I do, a household name, like out there amongst people who are like myself, who make music, who are young and using the initiative. I see myself taking my fathership to like the highest level I can possibly take it to, just engaging with my daughter on a different level, trying to have the sort of relationship that I feel we need living in a place like this. I feel like the relationship between a man and woman is key, but between a man and child is even more important.
Yeah.
So I see myself being a better father, and then thirdly, I see myself in a better financial situation. I think that finance is key as well. As much as they tell us otherwise, I want to empower my people. I want to empower my own family, and then I want to empower my people. Secondly, and I can't do so without having any finance. I can't offer you an opportunity if I don't have the resources to do so. And I feel like everyone is in a race to empower themselves and their people. And my people are just in a race to kill each other. So it seems, or so the propaganda says. I don't want to say so it seems, because there's a lot of people focusing on trying to better themselves, but how often are they showing us that? How often are you seeing, wow, this person's just made this breakthrough technology that's gonna, you know what I mean? So I just wanna better my people, man. My people are brilliant. I want them to do better.
What would you like your legacy to be?
I say this all the time. Do you know what I like my legacy to be? I just want people to respect what I've done for them. I help a lot of people, and sometimes when you're a giver or a helper, you don't feel like you get the credit you deserve. And I just want people to, like, if I die tomorrow, I just want the people who I have helped to say, that guy helped me, and I'll be content with that. Literally, that's it. I just feel like people are ungrateful sometimes.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Listen, take time. Everyone wants to happily ever after. Follow the universe. Patience is a virtue. And have some understanding. I'm very military in my understanding. Like, if you're meant to be doing A and you're doing B or C, I'm just not interested, because you know you should be doing A. But not everyone is like that. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone can be strict like that. If we're meant to be fasting, let's fast in it. Don't disrupt the fast. If we're meant to be praying, let's pray. If we're meant to be working, let's work. Disrupt it like jokes or whatever, or just having fun, lifting the spirit. But if we're on a task, let's focus on the task. Don't let Instagram, Snapchat, or anything in life distract you from your task. Just complete the task. Be disciplined in it. And it's hard, because you'll meet people who aren't as disciplined. And I'm very fiery. I can't tolerate that. Like, I want us to win. That's all I want. You should want to be your best self. I don't understand you not wanting to be that. I want us to win. Like, on every platform. Whatever you consider winning is, I want that for you. And I shouldn't want any less for you. Whether you're black, white, or Asian, like, I should just want you to win, and you should just want me to win. Because what else is there to life? Me not winning isn't going to benefit you. And you not winning isn't going to benefit me. So,
What advice would you give people who want to do what you're doing? So people who are interested in music.
I would say chase your dream, stay focused, create links, network. Don't be afraid. Let your courage speak for itself. Don't feel like, I need to start committing crimes now so I can rap about it. I think that's foolishness. Just focus on you in it and be your best you in it. People will like you for who you are. Do you know what I mean? I'm not an angel, I'm not a devil, but I get respect from all corners just for the sake that I am who I am. I stand on my principles. I'm prepared to die for my principles, and we must all be that. We must all just go for what we believe in. Like, do you know what I mean? Just be on it and at it. I feel like that's where success lies. So,
So, last but not least, in what way do you hope that life will be different for future generations?
I hope they stop killing each other. I said off the bat, I hope they stop killing each other. It's a joke. I hope they stop killing each other. I hope that the younger generation can get together. I'm not going to act like I wasn't young once and that I didn't get myself into trouble, because I did at one stage of my life. But in the same sense, I don't believe in unnecessary violence, and I don't believe that what we're doing is helping us in any way. If you're a young person right now, living your life on the street, I always say to people, do unto others as you do unto yourself. And to the criminals who I do know, or people who do conduct themselves a certain way, I say it openly, don't stab or shoot unless you're prepared to be stabbed or shot. And a lot of people aren't prepared to be stabbed or shot, so that means that you shouldn't stab or shoot no one in that sense. I don't want to sound like a preacher, but it's real life. I say it all the time. I'm around a lot of people. I'm still in an urban environment, so I meet and greet these people every day. Some of them are my brethren, my brothers, my sisters. Some of them are people I love and grew up with. Some of them are my people. Most of them are my people. Forget some of them, they're all my people. There's no communication or let's talk it out or let's resolve it. And I think there needs to be more of that, because I'm getting tired of young male dead, whether it's black or white, or stabbing, or victim of stabbing, or the Met Police is raising up this because there's been this amount of stabbings in the area. I think it's foolishness and it doesn't benefit no one. I don't think no one gains from this. So I just hope the future generation can have an easier life, and I hope that they can live and get to enjoy their life, because I don't want that for my children or anyone else's, to be honest. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Well, thank you.
No, I definitely
and
appreciate
it's
that
been
having me.
Yeah, it's been so great to have you and discuss.
Definitely.
And I wish you all the best in
Thank
your
you
music and the Destiny Project, everything beyond.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I wish her all the best as well. And this is my first official interview like this as well. So yeah, you brought the ice for me. So yeah,
cool.
Thank you. You got my feet wet.
I'm sure there'll be many more.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray on it.
Cool.
Definitely.